Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Zaid, Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube and Telling Papa. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Today we're doing something a bit different. We are going to be talking about how to be hot. Nothing too serious. I realized that seeing as it is late and I just want to crawl into bed, I was like, might as well do a little skincare routine. So if you need to grab your skincare stuff, you can do that, or you can just watch me. You can eat food as well. I love variety. And I'll be showing you guys the products. First up, we have the wipes, cleansing wipes. There's actually nothing on my face right now, but might as well start with a very clean base foundation. Okay, yeah, I gotta open that bad boy up. Okay, so in my personal life, I would say that I do consider myself to be a stylish person, and it's also been brought to my attention that I'm kind of cute. It is what it is. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give myself maybe it's certified 7.5. I like to make the argument that it's only like when we're actually going outside presenting ourselves to the world that you're like going to see the best parts of someone. When they're at home, they're not exactly trying to look their best and be presentable and everything like that. I guess there are people who do their makeup and everything like that for YouTube, but I don't do that personally. I think 7 pretty good. I wouldn't give myself a 6, no. I would say definitely a 7. I think that makes a lot of sense. And I have no shame. I'm not insecure in any sense. I know in my last video I referenced comparing myself to people on social media, but it was definitely in terms of like engagement and audience that had nothing to do with looks. I don't know why I started taking stuff out, but I was just like, stuff. I wouldn't consider myself like an insecure person in the slightest. That is one thing. This is some lip balm. Lip balm. It's like a soothing gel. It's like soften, smooth, swivel stick. Moisturizes dry lips. Say that 5 times fast. Yeah, I would consider myself like a 7. I think that's pretty decent and everything like that. Whatever it is that your thing is, as long as you make it your own, I feel like that's what's gonna make you truly like attractive in like the eyes of the universe, eyes of the society that we live in. We live in the society. Jeans do help, obviously. Jeans do help a lot with that. There are so many means and manners that channels you can go through. It's here and there. It's here and there. I'm going to tell you guys about life as a 7.5. And I'm going to tell you guys the things that I do to have that hot mentality mindset. So let me start off by saying this. It's pretty cool. I think that I get a decent amount of attention and everything like that, which is fun. It's very validating. It's very comforting to know that you can walk into someone and be like, oh my god, so handsome. I've had a lot of, when I was working as a bank teller, I had a lot of clients who'd be like, you're so handsome. And I'm just like, thank you. I love that. I love a good compliment. It does help that I try to like be a bit more not bedazzled, dressed up when I do go outside. So I think it's a combination of elements like that, because I did notice actually when I don't dress up as much, I get complimented less. But definitely when I have on a suit or something like that, it's a lot more there. Which side is it on? I got piercing, by the way. We can discuss that more at a later point in time. As it is said, I think that definitely beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I don't get a lot of attention, at least not directly. I know a lot of the times these days things can be a lot more subtle and indirect. I prefer a lot being like very like direct and upfront. So that's what my vibe is. Oh, sorry. By the way, this is Dove Body Care. Rich, nourishing cream. Very good. Maybe it has a light scent. I don't know how to explain it. It smells fresh. I would get like a decent amount of attention, and I'm in absolutely no like competition or anything like that with like people. I have nothing. I'm not out here like this person gets this amount of person than me. I don't use my sexuality or sex as a term of validation in my own life. So for me, however much or little attention I get at any given time is flattering, but it's not going to wake me up. It's not going to make me $1 million overnight. And this is how you're going to adopt a hot mindset. The key to adopting a hot mindset is baby oil. The key to adopting a hot mindset, I think, it's about confidence. And I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. It's like a post about motivation, successful motivation or productivity, and how it varies from day to day. So some days it'll be higher 60, lower 25, 32, 64, 78, 90. So I've seen that, and it's mainly about confidence, because I think at the end of the day, as long as you remember who you are, you know, when you put that shit on, you put that shit on. As long as you remember that, you remember who you are and everything like that. Don't let anyone try to come and steer you a certain kind of way, make you feel like bad about yourself, because no one should have that amount of power over you. I think at the end of the day, it's very much about what you feel for yourself and the steps that you're taking to do the things that you enjoy doing. And it stems down to, for example, not only doing your skincare, how you look, how you dress, how you feel about yourself. All these elements are kind of like connected. So that's why I think it's like important to make sure that like confidence is the one thing that you're gonna have to really work on. It comes a lot with age and it comes with maturity and like finding yourself and discovering yourself. You can't base the criteria off of someone else because at the end of the day, that's their life. Like when it comes down to it, you guys are not living parallel lives. You're pretty much your own distinguished individual. So there's absolutely no point in like comparing yourself to someone else and what they have if for you your life is completely different. So that's like the way I see it. I would say you need to like look the part. You have to like show up as the part. Oh, my face is shiny. Whoa. Okay, I don't mind it. I just can't touch that. Actually, I didn't mention it. I got 2 piercings. I got one here as well. Fast piercing tour, forward helix, conch, 2 lobes, eyebrow, other lobes 2 as well, date and rook. And that's all I have for now. And I would say the second part is more about like showing up. For example, if I was to leave the house right now, even if I was to put on my best outfit and everything like that, it's like a whole step. There's a reason why you have to get ready before you go out. It's pretty much you're pampering yourself. You're putting on like your armor and you're ready to go outside and just be that guy or be that girl. So even if you were to step out, sometimes too, not having the best day, womp womp. If you look the part but you don't have the confidence, then you can fake it till you make it, but it might be a bit more difficult depending on the day that you're having. And if you are trying to look the part, you're not actually taking the steps beforehand, like the preheating, and then you're gonna end up, you might look a hot mess. That's like the honest truth about it. So it's all about balance. Personality doesn't matter. I'm not talking about whether or not you have the ability to, for example, find a romantic partner. I'm talking about like the very surface level, as if you're just talking about posting pictures on a profile, if you're of the age, to get matches. That's a kind of like superficiality when it comes to presenting yourself. But I think, like I said before, it just comes down to the whole aesthetic in itself. You know what I mean? Like how you're presenting yourself. Another important key factor that comes down to being hot, I think it has to do with the element of surprise and the element of mystery. Real hot people, they're not outside like that. They're not like putting everything on display in everyone's face. This is Choco Musk perfume. There's still an element of privacy to be maintained that keeps the hot facade continuing. For example, I want you to think about it like this. Let's say it's your close friends, but it's like your strategic close friends. You're playing chess, not checkers. When you're stepping outside, you want to do it like with intent and everything like that. Have a plan. Don't look lost. Like you don't want people to see through that and everything like that. It decreases your hotness. I think that it's more about not putting all your cards on the table at the same time. You go, you have your fun, you chatter, you do your thing, and then you go back home. Some people might call that normal, but another thing about being hot, you have to respect yourself. I know we all have our moments where it's like you're down in the trenches, it's not going your way, and you're like, how worse can it get? And then the universe is just like, watch. It happens to the best of us, trust me. But I think it's much more about getting back up when you're down. I will say that you can be vulnerable. 1 second, maybe I should put my glasses. Oh, you can be vulnerable. I just think that in addition to being vulnerable with people who you trust and you are close with, you also don't give people the opportunity to try and kick you what you're down, especially if it comes to things that you're insecure about. You know what? I'm going to keep them off just because of glare. It comes down to not giving people the opportunity to kick you when you're down, because people, especially malicious people, sometimes they will find something and then they will just like either neg at it, and after that they'll neg at it, and then after that they will, for example, wait until it's the perfect time and then boom, they're like throwing it in your face, like splat. It's weird. We don't want that. It's about maintaining a level of privacy. Just talk to like people who you can actually trust and people who can actually handle the information, whether or not it's your parents, your friends, your close friends, your siblings, relatives, everything like that. That's true hot behavior. That's all I can say. I decided I wanted to make this video like research stats based or whatever. So I decided to compile a list of 10 individuals, 5 men and 5 women. I was like, they get the hot list for me. Like they can pass go, they can collect 200. I'm not going to be naming names of any of the people, but I'll just be saying exactly what it is about these people that I find to be the most attractive features, or what are the features that I'm drawn to about these people the most. Makes sense, if that makes sense. I'll start with ladies first. So lady number 1, glasses and style. Number 2, personality. Number 3, eyes and tattoos. Number 4, style. And number 5, hair and personality. So This is just obviously my personal take. It's a combination of factors when you are in the moment. Like I said before, it's about the confidence that you exude. It comes down to all of these things, that all of these different varieties of factors. I noticed that, especially with women, women are just better at capturing an aesthetic and actually executing it well. And if not only that, they're executing it and they are putting effort. When you capture the aesthetic and you capture the accessories and people are actually implementing that into what they wear, that's why I'll look at you and I'm just like, oh, not only do you look nice, but like you're incorporating very nice accessories, whether or not it's like a cute little design, like something different, a cute little element, stuff like that. I think that girls are more interesting to get to know. I think with women's fashion, it's more likely to have more unique and distinctive features. So I would say that's probably why I noticed them a bit more in that sense. Women will, on average, have a larger variety of clothing items or a larger variety of items that they wear more frequently than guys. So that's why I was like, oh, these are the items that really stuck out to me, and those are the ones that were a bit more eye captivating and popping. Now we're going to do, guys, so we're going to do A, B, C, D, E. So A, height, hair. B, face and style. C, hair and face. D, height and face. And then E, height and hair. So definitely with guys, it's definitely gonna have to be a lot more physical, because at least in my personal experience, on average, guys don't really give you a lot to work with. It's gonna be giving a whole lot of nothing for a very long time. And that's why it's actually important to be hot and also have a personality, so you can actually engage in conversations, because people will actually want to come up to you, ask you questions. Where did you buy this? Where did you buy that? What scent are you wearing? It's like all different like elements of these things. Be ready, at least try, like you have to try. Height and hair, obviously. If you're tall, yeah. And I think also too, having good hair. I think a lot of guys, not that they don't wash their, I think like washing your hair is the bare minimum. It's actually about the whole products, actually putting in the effort and everything. If you need a Dyson, go get a Dyson. But half of the time, I really don't think that a lot of guys in the circumstances need a Dyson. So we start smaller, leave-in conditioner, some hair grease, some hair gel, and obviously washing when applicable. Guys really have to bank on the face. If you're really dressed well and you're like presenting yourself well and everything like that, that obviously adds points. It's like a style 101. But it helps if you're fine. That's kind of how it is. And I don't believe in this in the slightest. However, I will say it is applicable in this sense. The chances of a guy giving you the ick is a lot higher than a girl giving you the ick. In terms of visually appealing elements for guys, I really don't think that you need to do much, because I don't think that we're really expected to do a lot. As long as like, you put on like very like nice decent t-shirt, you put on a decent pair of jeans and shoes, you're already like 75% there. Just brush your hair. For ladies, I think that they might get by a lot better with having a statement piece, like a very like strong and striking visual element, because they already look good most of the time, as opposed to guys who can just put on literally anything. That's the way I see it. Also, I just wanted to point out that I didn't really focus too much on physical features, because I feel like physique doesn't really matter, at least to me. Physique is the last element that I'm thinking about, because that's kind of something that fluctuates and changes over time. So it's not always something that's within the realm of your control. So definitely you wear whatever you wear. That's pretty much the way I see it. If you don't agree, you can let me know why you don't agree. I'm not saying this is no way set in stone. It's just the way that that's just the way I see it. And also too, it's a very small data set. It's only 5. I feel like if I did maybe 10 or 15 of each, but knowing myself, it probably would have come up to the same thing. So I trust that the data is correct. So you're probably wondering, what exactly are you going to directly take from this? I'm going to tell you exactly, so you don't even have to worry about it. I'm going to say it to your face. It's important to be as distinctive as you can. First tip that I would have would be to always smell nice, because as much as I was focusing on the face, the personality and the style and everything like that, I would say that when you are thinking back about that moment, you might remember what the person was wearing, but you want to hit them with a double homicide. You want to hit them with that I smell good and I look good type shit. You know what I mean? So that's the way that I envision it. And I always say that, for example, having like a good perfume, you don't even necessarily need to have the nicest perfume. As long as you have, like, for example, a good scent on you, you're there and you're killing it. So that's pretty much it. Another tip is that if you have distinct features, try to lean into it, especially whether or not it's a genetic feature that's out of the realm of your control, like eyebrows, or it's something maybe you can't control a bit more, like the shape of your glasses, something along those lines. The fact that you just have it, you should probably wear it, because it just makes things better. It just makes it so that you're visually striking, visually appealing, you have that accessory, and it's like something that's going to be your signature, you know what I mean? It doesn't always have to be a physical thing. Like I said before, it can be a perfume, it can be an aura, an energy, something that you exude, something that you always say, a little catchphrase, something that is very unique to you. Another thing is that I think style is important. Whether or not you're a guy or a girl, you should be taking the time to properly style yourself and just try your best to like look good, you know what I mean? I think that we can both benefit from it. I think it's complicated because the words aren't exactly matching the thoughts that I have in my head right now. But for example, I feel with the pampering and the grooming that women do on a regular basis, society already conditions women to have to adhere to all of these beauty standards and everything like that. We give men way more leeway. So by implementing personal style, I think that being a typical day for a woman, if we took 10% of that and gave it to guys, then it would help them go 10 times farther when women have to work 10 times hard in terms of all of the pampering and the grooming just to be looking good. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like the brain power you're going to need in order to understand what I mean is going to look like audience retention rates on YouTube. So that's crazy. Another tip I would say is that less is also sometimes, less is more. There's a reason why the clean girl aesthetic and minimalist aesthetic is so popular. It's because it's not too glam and it's not too in your face. So it's a lot within the realm of what's considered normal before you get into the whole, oh, this is that person actually has a defined aesthetic that they want to lean into. Less is more because I think that while people can look very good if they are going very maximalist and are going wearing a lot of items, whether or not it's jewelry or a lot of layering and stuff like that, I think that if we were to strip all of that down, chat, they would still look good as a minimalist. That's also style 102. It just makes sense. I don't think you can go wrong with just doing a little bit, but just enough. Because at the end of the day, I really do think that if you want to look presentable, the least you could do is be minimal, you know what I mean? But make it cute. You have to groom yourself. You have to actually know yourself. Take an actual second and find out what kind of skin you have, what kind of hair type you have, what kind of products you need in order to make sure that you're maintaining the treatment that you have. I really can't speak on people's skincare, people's hair care and everything like that because that really sometimes is out of your control. But at the same time too, I will be completely transparent and I will say, I just feel like a lot of the time people just aren't trying. There have been days where I stepped out and I'm just like, whoa, you just didn't give a fuck, man. You really left the house looking like that. You can look busted sometimes, but you shouldn't, you know what I mean? You should want to look presentable and everything when you go outside. It's what you deserve. Dressing well increases your attractiveness tenfold. There's nothing I love better than a well-dressed individual on the street. I try to be respectful and I do not stare, but I will look at you at the corner of my eye and I'll appreciate that for a very long time. Anyone can benefit from good style and everything like that. I don't really fuck with summer like that. Summer, never care for it. But definitely like winter, spring, you can get yourself like a nice little jacket and you're already halfway there. You can keep the pants that you have and everything like that, you know what I mean? Also, let's not forget that style also relates to personal grooming. So if you are doing all of that, but the clothes are ramfled, baby, get a steamer, get an iron. You can do this. It's not a foreign concept. It's an extra 10 minutes out of your day. You can even prepare it in advance and it'll go a long way, especially when you want to have that very clean, refreshed look. Or you can go to the laundromat. I think there's a couple of laundromats near me. To steam your clothes, $5. So if you really, really, really don't want to, you can like outsource that and then have someone else do it so that you can look even better instead of just settling for however it was you looked last time you went outside. Last thing, maybe personality matters. Like I said before, this video is supposed to be very superficial and very touching a very surface level topic, but it's always better to be kind because people will remember you if you're nice. You don't have to be anyone but yourself. Lean into like your quirks and what makes you different and what makes you special and everything like that. Be proud of being unique. It's really the only thing that you have because we're all shopping from the same places. We all go to the same hangouts. There's only so many travel destinations you can go to before it gets to a point where you're doing everything the exact same way as everyone else in terms of actions. Those kind of things are not necessarily within the realm of your control because of popular destination. But when you get there, how are you going to stand out? Boom. I think women can stand out in more ways simply because of the fact that they're expected to. the showing, not telling. When you see a pretty girl and you're just like, as expected. I'm sure as a guy, if you're tall enough, you can get pretty far. It'll go definitely a long way and it'll help. Wear your beaters with a really nice outfit so that it contrasts. And also wear wide fit if you can. That's all I have for today. You guys are all hot. It doesn't matter what I say, you guys are all hot. Lean into your quirk, lean into your personality. Be who you are. Your entourage deserve to have the most fun, the most success in everything that comes to it. And I'm just trying to consult and explain why dolling yourself up helps a little bit like that. But don't feel the need to change anything about who you are. The hardest thing that you can literally be is yourself. But to be honest, you have to try. So that being said, take care. Like, comment, and subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like these. I hope you guys enjoy. So see you guys next time.